Doesn't matter.
Hello everybody.
Let's find the overseer.
Welcome to the final episode of my Resident Evil Revelations 2 Invisible Mode walkthrough. This is Xavier's 86. I hope you enjoy it. So right off the bat, we switch off the sluice gates because I prefer that route on Barry's side. It's easier to run through for me. If you like the other route, you can leave it alone. But for me, we'll be going through that route. So Claire's side is very, very, very ridiculously easy. You only have to kill 5 glass that are in your path.
Alright, we're through.
And all the walkways are very narrow, so it's impossible to get hit as long as you know what you're doing. We're only going to be using bottles. We're not going to be using any firearms. Well, actually, we used the Magnum once. You don't need to, so it's up to you. You'll see what I mean when we get there. But yeah, her episode. So really short, really easy.
Oh, I'm touched.
Very simple.
It's already done. I've conquered fear and earned the right to become a god.
Well, while we wait for this scene to finish, I didn't mind the ending so much as a lot of other people did. I mean, it's Resident Evil. You can't really expect much from the ending these days. I mean, yeah, it's sequel bait, but this game was designed with sequel bait in mind. I mean, you could tell from the very first episode, they're gonna milk this as much as they can. And for what it was, it's a fun game, you know? The controls are really good, the combat's really good. You know, obviously the story's not as good, but, you know, it is what it is. For 25 bucks, you know, digital, it's not a bad bargain. 40 bucks for retail, maybe not so much. Alright, so now that that's done, we're gonna start running out soon. So you don't really need to worry about collecting items. There's about 2 spots that I go out of my way to collect bottles, and that's just because I need them, and it makes the whole episode a lot easier to have them. And again, that is all we're going to be using, and 1 Magnum bullet, which you don't need to do, but if you want to do it, go ahead, by all means. I will be doing that, so here we go. And of course, I always get confused here. This episode might even be a good spot to farm some BP. I'll do a few practice ones later on, see what I can find
Holy fuck! There's a passage down below. Find another route.
Alrighty. Let's keep going. You're safe for now. You don't have to worry about any glass yet. Alright. So here, we're going to go left first to get a bottle out of that crate. Pick that up. Now you can use the bottles in any order you like. I prefer to use the smoke first, then the regular blast one, followed by another blast, and then another smoke. Alright, so go here as well to get a bottle from that crate. And we're going to throw the first smoke one here. When you throw the smoke, they can't touch you at all, so you can actually run right into them and they won't kill you. There I actually touched it a little, but since it couldn't see me, it couldn't get me. Now for this glass, it's towards the end, so come around here, throw the bottle right there, and boom. And that's it for the first 2. Now on invisible mode, there is an extra glass here that's not there in regular run. So be wary of that. I'll show you where it is. and you can fall off very easily here. So don't run too fast. Unless you have very good control, don't run so fast because you'll just run right off and die. Alright, so we're coming up on the next blast soon. Okay, so here we're going to drop down to the left, and then we're going to throw a bomb down. Right there. Guaranteed hit, no worries. Get this smoke bomb here as well, we'll need that. And then just go through the motions for the rest of this section. We're about halfway done already. That's what I'm saying. Clara's episode is very easy. Almost insulting to her character. I mean, she's been around just as long as Barry, and her final episode is just, it's kind of pathetic when you think about it.
I swear to God, I'm gonna survive the fuck out of this!
And just a heads up, we are doing the best ending route. So we will be having 2 boss fights at the end of Barry's run. Not much to say about this this episode here.
I'll figure something out.
It's just so simplistic. Everything's just right there. You don't really have to think much. I do like that they put the classic costumes in there once you finish all the episodes. I did find it a little strange though how they gave Clara blue jeans instead of red jeans like the original. Would have preferred if they were just all red. But can't have it all. That crate never has a bomb in it, so don't really concern yourself with that one. Alright, so we got 2 more glass to take care of, and then we're home free. We just keep going. I'll let you know when it's up. At this ladder is your cue that the glass was coming up, so get ready and don't run too far ahead or you'll just get grabbed and die. So after this ramp here is the glass. Go a little forward when you hear it buzzing. Throw your bomb a little ahead of you and that's it. And one more here. After you jump, throw a smoke bomb and then you can shoot it with the magnum. And that's it. You'll notice that if you hear a grunt like that. And that's all there is for Claire's episode. So her invisible mode, episode 4, is the easiest out of them all. I would say even easier than episode 1. Alright, so we're gonna jump straight into Barry's after this scene is over. His episode is the brunt of the whole thing. His takes roughly close to an hour if you take your time, which I do recommend on invisible mode. Simply because, you know, you got the gauntlet towards the end, and then you got 2 boss fights to take care of, so you're gonna want to scrounge around for ammo.
God, help me.
Yeah, unless you're, you know, just so awesome that you're gonna use your knife on everything, and you go for it. All right. That's it for Claire. See, with all this, she got around, I think, how much? 5,100 PP. So I'm very curious if you can get all the medals in one run, just how much PP will you get?
No, I just got the wind knocked out of me. You know where Wesker went?
So here we go with
I
Barry.
think she's on the other side of the mountain.
Go through here just to get some
We
ammo
better
and
double back up the
it's
cliff.
gunpowder? Yeah, gunpowder. Because you need to have as many bombs as you can at the end for the Alex fight. At the absolute best, you want to try to have 5 of each of the explosive and the fire bombs. If you can't have 5 of each, just try to have as much as you can because they'll be extraordinarily useful.
Let's start heading in that direction.
So for this first section, you can just run through it with Moira. I'm sorry, Natalia. Wow. So just run through. And there's one section where I go out of my way to get some ammo. You might be able to skip it. I don't like to. And there's a red herb here. Make sure you pick that up. There's also, obviously, you're going to want as many healing items as you can get. But you're almost guaranteed to get smacked somewhere. Alright, so I go through here to pick up some ammo on the shelf and in the desk. And then I just run right back out. See the gunpowder and the assault rifle. The gunpowder is more valuable, obviously. But the assault rifle ammo is easy to get, so I picked that up as well. And again, this route is only available if you click the switch as Claire.
This thing is huge.
It's like one of those cranes you see in junkyards.
Alright, so once you pick that up, go on with the crane section. You're gonna see me looking around a lot and moving the
Into
camera
the
back
road.
and forth. So I'm
We'll
just
have to
checking to make
climb
sure I
up the
didn't miss
crane.
anything.
It's a long way down.
Sometimes I've been able to get ammo from this crate, but most of the time I don't. It's up to you if you want to go after it. See, I got a ruby, just useless. But maybe you'll get lucky. So check it out if you can, or if you want to. So this section's pretty easy to get through. You can just follow what I do. Oh, my voice creaked there. But yeah, just follow what I do, and you'll actually get the medal for using the crane. I'm sorry.
Well, it looks
You'll
ready
get the
to
medal for
blast.
using the
I
crane
think we can still
only
cross.
3 times. Now I skip on the shotgun just because I don't feel it's worth it with the limited amount of weapons that I have, especially on invisible mode.
Wow, we're really
The
high up.
assault rifle, sniper rifle,
That's right. Top of the world.
your regular gun, the samurai edge, there we go, is all you would need, and the magnum of course, is all you really need to get through the mission. I do switch sniper rifles though. You'll see me do that in a minute here. I like that one better because it's
Almost
stronger.
there, honey.
It does shoot slower,
I'm trying.
but the damage you get is worth it. Especially with the crouch upgrade.
Stay there.
I'm a little busy here.
Yeah, you're so busy you're just standing there. Alright, there's a crate on the right which you should not get because it never has ammo. I go for it anyway just because I'm praying to God that I'll get something, which I don't. So just skip through here, jump through the window.
The monster.
And make sure you have your sniper rifle equipped when you switch because you don't want to drop another weapon by accident. See, I had to fix myself there. So that's it for the first part, very straightforward. There's a few sections in this episode where you kind of have to fight. You may be able to just run through them, but it's too much of a hassle for me, so I prefer to just kill the enemies and then proceed with the mission. Yeah, so here I'm just looking around to see if I can find some ammo.
Hurry.
There's actually not
There's a
much to
facility
find.
down below.
Which really sucked.
I think that's
but
where we'll find her.
it worked out in
We
the
coming
end.
back?
It's hard to describe. I don't remember this place, but it feels like I've been here.
Well, it's okay. These things take time. Don't push yourself. Half a year of chasing scraps. I won't stop until I have all the answers.
Yeah, and there's actually no enemies here, so you know, feel free to move around. Don't worry too much about that. The smoke powder you can leave alone. It's not worth picking up just because it's such a very limited amount of bottles, and you're gonna want to use all the bottles to create fire bombs and explosion bombs. Smoke bombs are absolutely useless for this episode. Finally got lucky there with some ammo. See there, I had to hold off on making the explosion bottle because when you fight Alex, the fire bottles are much more damaging. So I make that my priority when it comes to making bombs. So I'm gonna hold off until I can make the fire bombs first. That way I know for sure I got as many of them as I can get.
Going down.
Alright, so these next sections,
Coming from the bracelet.
there's gonna be a lot of gas around, so you don't have the luxury of staying still. So you're gonna have to hustle. Now it's not too hard to do. There's only 2 spots where it can get hairy because you have to solve the
That's
puzzles
West Coast.
to open the doors. And you can't really call them puzzles because you're just running to the switch and then putting it on. But it can be a little annoying because both rooms are just littered with enemies. Yeah, so you go in here and pick up that map just so you can have your bearings. The last thing you want to do is get lost on invisible mode. That's a very bad thing. So those ammo pickups with the shiny spots and the crates, those are completely random, so you may not have the exact same results
Better
as
stay
me.
here, sweetie.
Hopefully,
way,
you know,
I'm
I
going
pray
with
that you have better results since I tend to get gems all the time.
All right. Hold your breath.
Now,
as long
I go
as you
back
can.
here
You don't
because
want
there's
to
ammo
damage your
here.
lungs.
Okay.
And like I said, you want to have as much ammo as you can get. If your screen starts turning gray, that means you're dying, so go back up until it fades away. That way you don't die. So whenever in doubt, just run to the nearest clearing. Alright, so now just run through. And don't worry about Barry if he gets grabbed by any of the Marauders, because he'll be pretty close to you anyway, and you can go through to the next sections. And in general, you know, he has a lot more health than Claire has, so he can take a few more hits than she can. I should just follow this path that I'm taking. This will lead you to the first switch. And there's ammo here too, so pick it up as fast as you can. Because the Riders, you know, they're quicker on invisible mode, so they're going to be close to you already. See, they're already on the steps. And again, like I always say, you should definitely have evade cancel by now. You will need it. You must get it. Just dodge past all these guys. I got a little stuck, but just keep dodging, you'll be okay. So take a little rest here to recover my health. Alright, there it is. Now there's 2 rooms here that you must go through to proceed. It doesn't matter which room you go to first, but I wanted to try something here, and I went to the second room first, which will clear out the gas below. I was kind of hoping it would clear out the gas in the first room, but it actually didn't turn out to work that way. So regardless, you're going to have to deal with the gas. So yeah, we're going to the second room here first. This room deals, if I remember correctly, mainly with rotters. Yeah. A little transition here because I didn't like how my first run went. So I did a retry. I got hit a little too much and used too many health items. Now, in classic Xavier's strategy, I'm only going to be using the knife here. I only really use my weapons on the Revenants of this episode, just because they're a big pain in the ass. So climb up here. You can get a lot of free hits, since they have to climb up to get to you. As you can see, I didn't have too much luck with that. But if you play it right, you can use Natalia as bait. They'll come after her, try to climb up, and then you can just keep smacking them with your knife. Now, I go out of my way to use the knife just because I want to have as much ammo as I can get for the gauntlet at the end and for the Alex fight. I mean, but if you're a crack shot, then by all means use your gun. But I'm just gonna knife these guys. Yeah, just keep switching back and forth with Natalia. That way you can see where they are. And there's the last one there. So with those guys gone, we're going to go into the room over there. There's some ammo in there that you want to pick up. Actually, I think it's a bottle, actually, not some ammo. The bottle is obviously useful for obvious reasons. And I play it safe. I come back up here a lot just so I don't die. And a lot of running has to be done here. Way. I'm gonna run back this way because there's magnum rounds here, and magnum rounds are very precious. Never use your magnum on anything except for the boss fight at the end. And that's non-negotiable. You're gonna need all the ammo rounds you can get when you fight Alex. So just run past that Revenant there. Don't waste your time trying to fight it. Alright, now here, leave Barry here, tell him to stay. You can switch back once you're within 30 meters and then just leave. Because the Durga, he's very annoying. Can hit you very easily, and you got the slinger over there. It's just a really bad room. And try to pick up that red herb if you can. You shouldn't have too much difficulty. Alright, So yeah, just dodge past them. If you get hit, just dodge out of it. Just move as fast as you can.
Follow me!
Once you're in 30 meters, you're clear. Switch back to Barry and leave. Just like that, you don't have to fight anything in that room. So if you get hit, just take a little break here so that Natalia can heal. And then just run back to the door. So you see, I'm not really rushing. I'm just taking my time, making sure I find everything. You know, you don't want to rush through this. There's too many things that can go wrong, especially on this episode. And this is where having the map comes into play. As you see, I'm perfectly navigating because I can see where I'm going on the map. Just get up there so you don't die. Once the screen clears, you can just dodge out of the animation and get back to running. So don't fight anything, do not fight that Revenant, just stay playing as Natalia and move. And that's it, done with that room. So my hope was this here would clear the other room of gas, but it didn't do that at all. Now the other room is strictly Revenants and one Slinger. You have to kill the first Revenant and the Slinger just because they're gonna mess you up no matter what you do. I made several attempts in my practice run to try and get the crate and move it without being killed, and it just wasn't possible. Alright, so here, if you're patient, you can actually land a stealth kill on that first Revenant. I don't do that because, well, just because. But yeah, just be patient. That Slinger won't spot you as long as you're crouching. So just take your time and definitely try to get that stealth kill. Save yourself the hassle. And then go after the Slinger. See, I got caught.
Monster's coming.
Alright, so if you get caught like I did, switch to Natalia real quick, just so you can see what the weak spot is. Now, Slingers only have one weak spot, it's not random. So, as usual, I'm gonna knife it. And don't punch it like I did, because if you knock it down, it just makes it harder to kill. So yeah, see, this just wasn't working very well. There we go, got him down. So once you crawl through the space on the other side with Natalia, the Revenants will wake up after you open the door for Barry. Now, if you're lucky, you can just get the crate and keep moving with either one, Natalia or Barry. And you just move through the room. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to kill at least one of them to get through it. Yeah, and they can climb up here, so don't think you're safe. Yeah, so I was trying to just hustle, but it wasn't going very well. It smacks me again, and now I'm in danger. And then with the gas, it's a bad situation. Yeah, I didn't notice that this one's weak spot was actually its weapon arm, which you can't break off with the knife. so I'm just slashing like, what the hell is going on? And then I realize it's the freaking weapon hand, so I gotta shoot it.
Monster's coming.
lucky there, as I should have died, but I got up in the nick of time. So yeah, when you do this section, pay attention to where the weak spot is so you don't waste time like I did here.
The monster!
Probably could have saved myself on Earth if I had just paid attention and noticed where the weak spot was.
The monster!
So here it's like, oh, okay, I got a fire.
The monster!
Yeah, once the weak spot's revealed, then you can go ahead and slash it. But if you get the weapon on like I did, just do yourself a favor, take out your gun and shoot it. Now for the Revenants, I prefer to use the assault rifle, just because of the burst rate. The handgun is just as effective, but I don't think it fires fast enough, especially on invisible mode.
Come with me!
Alright, so that's pretty much it for this side. I'm just going to be collecting the ammunition around, get the key, and move on.
Might run into a lock.
So we're about nearly halfway done with Barry's side. Now we're going to be making our way to the mansion. Now the mansion I felt was a very nice tribute to the original Resident Evil.
This elevator might be our ticket down. Why does Wesker have it in for you?
I don't know. I only talked to her for a little while before I got really sleepy.
And I guess the answers will have to come from her.
So from here on out, you don't really have to kill anything except for
One nasty
2 glass and 1 Revenant before the gauntlet. The Revenant you can actually stealth kill very easily.
Record located.
The glass, it's really dependent on your own skill to spot them and shoot them from afar before they see you.
How did you...
I'm okay with it. In general, if it's in the middle of a fight, like during the gauntlet, there's 2 glass that pop out. You're gonna see me just firing at air.
Barry!
Yeah, this is me just looking for more ammo. Alright, here we go. So we're gonna go right first to kill the Revenant that's hanging around there.
I wish I could live here.
You can do it later, but I like to just get it out the way.
I've had my fill of mansions.
So there it is. You should be able to just move up with Barry and kill it. It has a very, very long route around the room, so it's not hard to kill it. There's actually one more Revenant that we're gonna kill here. Because he walks by into the bathroom. For him, you don't want to pause too long, because then he'll turn around and you can't get the stealth kill. So right when you get near this body, he's gonna pop up. There he is. So just start crouching and moving forward. He won't see you at all. And just move up with Barry and kill him. That takes care of that. And now we're going to zip right by the next one into the next section. Don't worry about Barry if he lags behind, because this section is actually pretty small. So you're almost always within 30 meters. So there's the next one. Sneak up as close as you can get before you start running. And that way you don't get tired too quickly. Alright, just bolt through. If he hits you, just evade cancel out of the animation and keep running. So the next transition is not till you get all the way down here and through that door at the end. So don't stop moving until you get there, because that Revenant will follow you like you see here. Now don't hit those glasses. Let them stay in there. They're not worth killing. There's no point to it. Just ignore them. So unfortunately, there's no more ammo to be found around here. That's a gem, of course. Alright, so go this way first, don't go left, because you need an item from this side before going left. That Revenant's also in a tube, so don't worry about him. See, I'm still holding off on making explosive bottles, because I really want to get those flame bottles first. I just realized this episode has no iron heads. It's just Revenants, Rotters, Slingers, and Glasps. No iron heads at all. Alright, so pick up this item here, and then make your way back. I thought there was a crate there, and then I was just like, okay, never mind. Alright, once you get back in this room, there's going to be a glass on the far end. So take your time, sneak around, and pick him off. He won't see you so long as you're crouching, but the moment you stop crouching, he'll spot you and start moving towards you. So you see here, I'm out in the open, but it still hasn't seen me. So switch to Barry, and just do your best to hit him and kill him right away. So you see the way I fire, I didn't just hold down the trigger button. I just did, you know, 2 quick shots, 2 quick shots, 2 quick shots, just to make sure I don't hit anything. Now the other annoying thing about the glass is they can break the tubes and get a Revenant after you. That happens to me on the way back, but with this hallway here, it's pretty easy to get them. That Revenant there won't see you so long as you're not running straight at it, so you can just ignore it. There is ammo in there to get, but I didn't want to waste any more healing items just in case I got hit.
Stay there.
So here, tell Barry to wait again, because you're going to trigger 1 or 2 Revenants to get the key, and you want to be able to just switch back to Barry and leave. So finally I was able to create a fire bottle there. Okay. So that revenant on the floor will not get up. So feel free to run around him. Open up the... whatever these are. Open these things up and get the ammo if there's any in there before opening up the ones with the revenants inside. So this one here is the one with the key. So if you're feeling up to it, open the other one first to see if maybe you'll get some ammo out of it. Alright, so grab the key, switch back to Barry, and get out.
Come with me.
Alright, so just like before, on the
Come
way
with me.
back, there's going to be a new clasp in this room. And most likely it's going to break one of the tubes and send the revenant after you. There's no surefire way to get that to not happen. I mean, here it doesn't even spot me, but it broke one of the tubes. So just hang back, wait for the revenant to get to you.
Monster's
Yeah, I kind of
coming.
panicked there. Yeah, once they get close to you, they always slow down, and you can just kill them really easily. Alright, so now take your time and go after the glass. If you can't kill it where it is, you can just aggro it and then fall back. It's much easier to kill in this narrow hallway. So yeah, see, I'm just waiting, just waiting, just waiting. See? And that is why you don't panic. Set off another revenant. Alright, so with that glass dead, you can move forward. Now remember that first revenant we stealth killed when we enter the mansion? That's where we're gonna go now. And this is where you can choose to kill it if you didn't kill it right away in the beginning. So you just follow the same method, just sneak up next to it, wait for him to pass you, then go in with Barry and kill him.
Stay there.
Gotcha.
I make Barry wait there because I wanted to see if I could just teleport back. But I forgot that when you go through this door here, it transitions and he comes to me anyway.
Come with me.
Coming.
I got ammo out of this chest once, so I was hoping that would happen again, but it doesn't happen. On your way back out, there will be a revenant popping down from the ceiling. If you make a straight shot, you do run the chance of getting hit, so I'm going to be running around the table here and then making a break for the basement. So go around left, give yourself some room, and then make a break for it. So we're almost finished. Now we're gonna make our way to the infamous gauntlet. The gauntlet's not too hard so long as you know what to expect. There's about 2 to 3 slingers, 5 to 6 revenants, 2 glasps, and a durga.
You must be exhausted, Natalia.
Now it's going to be a transition here because
okay,
I
Barry.
failed
Thanks
miserably
anyway.
on the first run. Had much better luck on the second time. So there it is. Yeah, make sure you pick up those disinfectants and give them to Natalia. Because if a slinger hits you, you don't want to be blind. That's the worst thing that can happen. There's 3 revenants down here in tubes. They will break out if you don't kill them before hitting the switch. So I always take them out first before hitting the switch, just so I don't have to worry about them anymore. And of course, clear the room first before hitting the switch. Get whatever ammo you can get, look at all the shiny spots, get everything. For the first part of the gauntlet, I stay here by the door. You're relatively safe there, especially from the first slinger, because whenever it tries to throw its glob at you, it'll hit a beam in the ceiling. So you don't have to worry about getting hit by that. And of course, make sure Barry has all the herbs. Natalia has regenerating health, and she takes forever to die when she's actually knocked down. So nothing to worry about with her.
Be careful.
And try not to use as many shots as I did. Oh, me and my horrible aim. Yeah, so just take these guys out one at a time. Easy, very easy.
Be careful.
I was actually smacking my controller here because I was just wasting so many rounds.
The monster's coming.
Now for this gauntlet, you want to be very comfortable switching back and forth and playing some guessing games with where the enemies are. You're going to need to know where they are. So, first enemy up is the slinger. He always shows up there.
Barry, a bunch of them are closing in.
Use your sniper rifle to take him out. Alright, he's down. Now some revenants are going to pop up on the little ledge to the right. Right up there.
Quarantine procedures activated.
Alright. I keep looking left because there's a glass that's going to come down. Actually, there it is. I saw that. But these revenants will get close to you if you ignore them. Alright. So there we got a little too close for comfort, and I'm just firing crazy. See, and that is why you want her to have those disinfectants.
You're doing good!
It's getting closer.
See, this fight it can be tough, but so long as you know what to do, you'll be okay. This glass is being very annoying.
It's getting closer. There, no, more right.
Alright, finally got it there. Let's take out this slinger. If you see that you But Natalia starts moving around its arm. That's when it's gonna throw something at you.
Just a little longer. Hang in there.
When Barry says that, that means you're halfway there. So 2 more revenants come down there. Actually, no. 1 is a slinger and 1 is a Durga.
At normal virus levels.
Shoot quickly! No, more right!
Don't freak out like I did here and just waste your ammo. Switch back if you can't see him.
Activated. Locking all doors now.
Monsters coming!
See, that's how helpful having those disinfectants are. Last thing you want to be is blind trying to kill these guys. Now, if you can, go after the slinger first before going after the Durga. Because that slinger will be the death of you if you're trying to kill the Durga first. Alright, so the Durga is the last enemy. So him you can take your time with. You get those shots, make them count. The sniper rifle, you want to just burn through your ammo with the sniper rifle. And try not to miss the way I did. But at this point you're pretty much clear if you play this smart and you got the slinger down. Don't worry about Natalia getting beat down, she'll be fine. My voice keeps squeaking tonight, I don't know what's going on with that.
Monsters coming!
Yeah, so you see, I'm just taking my time now. Just trying to make sure each shot counts. Not really worrying about Natalia getting hit. She's the perfect distraction.
Monsters coming!
Quarantine procedures activated. Locking all doors now.
Alright, he's almost dead. We need a few more hits. And there we go. Last shot. That worked out very well. Alright, so I have 2 more herbs left. There's 1 more herb to get in the next section, which should be all you need if you have as many bottles as I have here. Now the Alex fight can be very hard or very easy. It's very hard if you don't have bottles. It's very easy if you do have bottles. And you'll see just how easy it can be in a minute. Now again, we're going for the best ending route, so I'm gonna have to fight Alex twice. But both fights are pretty easy, especially the second one. And you pretty much just keep running back outside, and when you switch back to Claire, just keep shooting it in the weak spot with the sniper rifle.
You know it?
I know I don't like it.
Damn it, my light. Just perfect. You got against her.
Alright, so just get these last items here. If you're lucky, some of it will be ammo. so we got 3 herbs, 4 explosive bottles. I think I have 4 flame bottles as well. If you did better than me, you'll have 5 of each. Alright, so the first section of the Alex fight, you're actually just trying to locate her. More often than not, she'll be in the first vent to the left, up the stairs. So I do have 5 fire bottles, so that worked out very well. Now, I made that last decoy bottle just because it does do damage, and I couldn't make anything else, so just make what you can. But again, do not bother with the smoke bottles, they are pathetically useless. Alright, so here we go. You can spot Alex with Natalia, that way you know where she's gonna pop out from, and then you can go trick her into coming out with Barry and start throwing the bombs. Now, don't throw your bombs right away. They won't do full damage. You want her to already start chasing you, then throw your bottles at her. You'll know you're doing good when one of your bottles actually knocks her on her back. That's a sign that you did this part correctly. See, I saw the red hue here, so now I'm going to trigger her. Let her follow me a little bit, and then throw my bottles. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, she flew back. So run up, throw some more, just empty it all out. Go crazy. Alright, now just let it all go. When the weak spot's revealed, switch to your Magnum. Try to hit it if you can. If not, don't worry too much. As you see, I'm missing a few shots. Now, I'm not even hitting the weak spot all the time. What matters is that you're just hitting her. That's all that matters. Again, don't worry about Natalia, she'll be fine. Alright, so she's almost dead already. But I'm not going to do anything special, you see, I'm just fire. Obviously, she targets Natalia more because she hates her. So it works to your advantage because you can just take your shots, make them all count. Alright, so she's almost dead at this point. 2 more rounds and that's it. Very simple, very easy. That's it. Now, if I did not have all of those bottles, this fight would have been extremely longer and a little more difficult. But not impossible. It's definitely possible even if you don't have bombs. It's just longer and you have to be more careful with your shots. So to make your life easier, just do what I did. Take your time. Get all the ingredients you can to make those bombs. Alright, so now we're doing the second Alex fight here. You can kind of see her head bobbing around, so try and follow that on your playthrough. That way your shots count, because I miss a lot in this run. I was actually really annoyed with that. But I didn't want to do a restart, because I wanted just to see just how long I can make this go if I keep on missing the way I did. But it worked out in the end, and I was able to get the kill and finish the episode.
Just look at her.
Come at me, she-wesker!
Mary! Bring her closer! I'll try to pick her up!
I
found it interesting how Barrett's original color and Clara's original color are both red.
Barry, I'll cover you!
So you see that little ball there moving around? That's part of Alex. So you want to aim for the same weak spot as before, towards the front. When she stands up like that, you know you got her good. So just keep on shooting and make each shot count. When you switch to Barry, you can try and shoot those canisters to damage her. Obviously, I just ran out. But if you're better at this part than I am, Definitely shoot those canisters to get that hit. So that's all there really is to this section. Just try and make each shot count. Spot her. And go after that weak spot. There, I got lucky there with a good shot. And try not to get hit when you switch to Barry, because she'll put you in danger with one smack.
My pleasure. Me neither.
Now you don't want to spend too much time going in and out, because she drops those little tentacles on the ground that block your path. And I actually got a little stuck towards the end, but I was very fortunate and was able to run back out. Yeah, so here's a dead end. Another dead end on the other side, you gotta be careful. See? Another dead end. Alright. She's almost dead here. A few more rounds, and we're okay. Alright. Now it takes 2 rocket launcher rounds back to back to kill her. Now what sucked here was that I actually have to go back inside with Barry and run back out. So here's where I get a little stuck because of the tentacles. But it worked out. See? Tentacles everywhere, just like, oh crap. See, if she gets close, you just start dodging like crazy. Eventually, you'll wiggle your way through. Run back out, and then kill her with Claire.
Time to put an end to this.
There's 1, reload, and 2.
Things are gonna get bumpy.
And that's it for invisible mode. You've now finished the game. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. Please click that like button if you did. And I'll see you guys next time.